What is going down, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to recap the first round of the NFL draft and kind of go over what picks were the most shocking in a way. So starting off, obviously, for the first three picks, I kind of figured it would have went Burrow, Young, Okudah. I used to call Jeff Okudah Jeff Okadai because I didn't understand how to pronounce his last name. But they said it last night, and I was like, I guess it would make sense if it was Okudah. Just had one of them brain farts. But either way, Okudah goes third, and then really I could care less. I know who went fourth through 12th, but I could really care less to kind of go over and review those teams. But then it got a little, I started kind of getting anxious when the Jets were on the clock because it was two picks before the 49ers, and I didn't know if the 49ers were going to trade down or if they were going to stay at 13. And the Jets take an offensive lineman, and then the Raiders obviously get to take the best available receiver because all three of the receivers were on the board: Ruggs, Lamb, and Judy. So the Raiders surprisingly go with Henry Ruggs. I thought they were really high on Judy and Lamb, but instead they go with a burner, and they draft Henry Ruggs. So the Raiders go Henry Ruggs, and then the Niners are on the clock. And then notification on my phone by Schefter says that we have traded the 13th overall pick to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the 14th overall pick, and we also received pick 117, and we gave New England our last pick in the 7th round. So that I thought was a great trade because either way, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were not going to go defensive linemen, so they weren't going to get our guy, Javon Kinlaw. So great move by John Lynch, trading down and acquiring another pick, and that'll be in the 4th round. That pick 117 is in the 4th round. So that's the next pick we have is the 4th rounder, and then but genuinely, I really do think we got two starters in this so far in this draft, and that's why I want to talk about Brandon Aiyuk next. Steve Smith actually went on NFL Network today and said that one of his sleepers in the draft was Brandon Aiyuk. He said he is dangerous in the ball, and one thing that he said that kind of caught my eye was Brandon Aiyuk has won every single foot race that he's been in, whether that's after the catch, whether that's, I don't care what it was. Steve Smith said that he wins every single foot race, and that caught my eye because that's speed. And obviously with Deebo Samuel, and the depth we have, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Hurd's going to be healthy this season. He's going to come back. I'm really excited for Jalen Hurd. As you guys know, I really think highly of Jalen Hurd, and I expect great things out of Hurd. And then obviously Trent Taylor, the slot guy, the short white dude. Love Trent Taylor. He's an absolute freak. He's going to be coming back as well. So we got depth guys. Marquise Goodwin could be potentially traded. We are shopping him actively. And the team that I've been seeing the most in discussions for Marquise Goodwin has been the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles obviously need a receiver. And why don't you trade for Marquise Goodwin? And I do know one thing. The 49ers want to have Marquise Goodwin traded to a great city. They want to make sure he's in a great home. 49ers have a lot of respect for Marquise Goodwin, and they want to make sure that wherever he goes, he likes it. So I feel like that's a good thing, but Marquise Goodwin definitely will be traded. I would hope for draft picks because the 49ers have made it clear they are not releasing Marquise Goodwin. His speed is too valuable to just openly release him as a player. So Marquise Goodwin could be potentially traded, but I'm telling you, Brandon Aiyuk is a sleeper in this draft. And like I said, Steve Smith said that, he was talking about Jerry Jeudy, and then he talked about CeeDee Lamb, and he instantly went to Brandon Aiyuk before even talking about Henry Ruggs. So there's a lot of scouts out there and a lot of analysts that think really highly of Brandon Aiyuk, and I do as well. I watched his highlights for his senior season, or not a senior season, whatever. I'm not sure if he went into the draft as a senior or not, but it was his 2018-2019 highlights, and he's gonna be a really great player. So I really genuinely think the 49ers drafted 2 instant starters, first-year studs, and we'll see what the 49ers do with the 4th overall pick. Once tomorrow comes, which will be Saturday, I'm going to be making a video, more draft reaction videos, reacting to the 49ers draft selection. So stay tuned until the 4th round, and there's a lot of talent in the 2nd and 3rd round of this NFL draft. Still a lot of receivers to be taken off the board, and there's probably 20 plus guys that could be instant starters in the 2nd and 3rd round to be drafted. So 2nd round is just as talented as the 1st round. So this is a really deep draft, and if we end up trading and back into the 3rd round, I don't know if we will. I don't know if it's possible, but if we pull off some trade and trade up, obviously I'll be back today with reaction videos. So I feel like overall, if I had to give the 49ers a grade, so far I'd give them an A- for the draft. I think it's been a great draft so far. Sleeping on the Javon Kinlaw pick kind of made me realize that it makes more sense than it really does because of how much people think highly of this Brandon Aiyuk guy out of Arizona State. So I really do think that we drafted 2 instant studs. I hope I'm right, but I really truly do think that that's what'll happen. But let me know what you guys think of the draft. Like I said, I give it an A-, instant A-. But that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the draft reaction videos, unless we trade up. So go Niners. Peace out.